The car door shut behind her with a soft, expensive click. Nia froze. The leather seat beneath her was warm, smooth. Nothing like the cracked vinyl seats of regular taxis. The air smelled faintly of cedarwood and something darker. Expensive. She looked up slowly. The driver didn't ask for her destination. He didn't even look back. Instead, he glanced into the rearview mirror, and then looked to the man sitting beside her, the man in the black suit, sharp jaw, calm eyes, hands resting loosely on his lap. He didn't look surprised. He didn't look annoyed. He just studied her, like she was something unexpected. Then he spoke quietly. "Don't move." Nia's heart dropped. The driver's hand tightened on the wheel. The man leaned back slightly and said one sentence that changed everything. "Wait!" The driver immediately killed the engine, and then suddenly, the entire street outside went silent, because without realizing it, Nia had just stepped into the Korean Mafia boss's car, and he wasn't letting her leave. Nia Thompson hated rainy nights. Rain meant fewer tips. Rain meant rude customers. Rain meant walking home soaked because she couldn't afford rides. But tonight, rain felt heavier than usual. The restaurant lights glowed behind her as she wiped the last table. Her feet hurt, her shoulders ached, and the sound of laughter from table 12 still echoed in her mind. Marcus, of all people, it had to be him, her ex, the man who once promised to build a life with her, the man who left when she couldn't keep up with his ambitions. And tonight, he walked in with another woman, dressed in expensive clothes, loud perfume, arrogant smile. Marcus didn't just ignore her, and he made sure she saw him. "Wow. You're still here?" He laughed when she brought water. His girlfriend leaned forward. "You know her?" Marcus smirked. "Yeah, she used to dream big. Said she'd open her own business someday." He looked around the restaurant. "Guess dreams expire." The table laughed. Nia kept her smile. Her hands trembled slightly as she placed the glasses. She walked away, because if she stayed another second, she might break. In the kitchen, her co-worker Jenna rolled her eyes. "Your ex?" Nia nodded. "He's annoying." Nia forced a small laugh. "It's fine." But it wasn't. When Marcus left, he made sure to pass by her again. He dropped a dollar bill on her tray. "Keep working hard." Then he walked away laughing. That was the moment something inside her cracked. But she didn't cry. Not yet. She finished her shift. I cleaned her section, clocked out, and stepped into the rain. That's when the tears finally came. The street outside the restaurant was packed with luxury cars, valets running, umbrellas moving, headlights reflecting off wet pavement. Nia wrapped her thin jacket tighter. Her phone battery was dead. Bus already gone. Taxi line too long. She just needed a ride. That's when she saw it. A black sedan parked quietly near the curb. Engine running. No passengers exiting. No one approaching. It looked like a ride service, waiting. She didn't think. Didn't hesitate. She opened the door. Sat inside. "Downtown station, please." Silence. No response. She frowned slightly, then slowly turned her head, and saw him, the man in the black suit, watching her. That's when everything changed. "I'm so sorry. I thought this was—" "Don't." His voice was calm, but firm. She froze. The driver glanced at him through the mirror, waiting. The man's eyes remained on her. "Stay seated." Her fingers tightened on her bag. "I can get out." "You're already here." The rain tapped louder on the windows. Nia's heart raced. This wasn't normal. Everything about him felt controlled. Quiet power. Danger hidden under calm. She swallowed. "I didn't mean to disturb you." "I know." That confused her. "You... no? You look like someone trying to escape the rain." She blinked. He wasn't wrong. He leaned slightly. "You were crying." She quickly wiped her cheek. "I wasn't." "You were." His tone wasn't mocking, just observant. That made her more uncomfortable, because it felt like he could see through her humiliation, her exhaustion, her pain. Then, 3 black SUVs pulled behind them. Doors opened. A man stepped out, all in black, all scanning the street. Nia's stomach dropped. "What is this?" The man didn't react. "Security." Her voice trembled. "Security for you?" He didn't answer. That silence said everything. One of the men approached the driver's window, knocked twice. The driver rolled it down. "Sir, we should move." The man beside her responded calmly. In a moment, the guard glanced at Nia. Concern flashed in his eyes. "Sir, is everything all right?" "Yes." The guard hesitated, then nodded. "Yes, sir." He stepped back. Nia's pulse raced. "Sir." They called him sir, and they looked nervous. She whispered, "Are you famous or something?" He almost smiled. "No." "Then why do you have security?" He looked out the window. "Because some people don't like me." That didn't comfort her at all. Minutes passed. Neither spoke. The rain softened. Street noise faded. Nia shifted slightly. "I should go." He nodded. "Yes." Relief washed over her. She reached for the door. Then, another car screeched nearby. 2 men stepped out aggressively, pointing toward their vehicle. "That's him!" Nia froze. The guards moved instantly, guns visible. Everything turned tense. Her heart pounded violently. "What's happening?" The man beside her remained calm. "Stay still." The men approached. Then, in seconds, guards restrained them, pinned, disarmed, silent efficiency, like they had done this 1,000 times. Nia stared, terrified. The man turned to her. "Don't worry." Her voice shook. Who are you?" He paused, then answered quietly. "I run a business." "What kind?" "The kind people don't talk about." Her stomach dropped. "Mafia?" He looked at her. Korean." And suddenly, everything made sense. Nia's fingers were still wrapped around the door handle, but she couldn't open it. Her body felt frozen. Her mind repeated the same words again and again. Korean. Mafia. She had heard stories. Everyone had. Quiet organizations, silent power, people who didn't threaten. They simply made things happen. And she had accidentally walked into one of their cars. Her voice came out small. I didn't mean to get involved in anything." "I know." He sounded calm, almost gentle. "That's why you should relax." "Relax?" She almost laughed. How was she supposed to relax when armed men just restrained attackers outside the window? The guards dragged the 2 men toward one of the SUVs. No shouting, no drama, just quiet control. The man beside her watched without interest, like this was routine, and that frightened her more, because this wasn't new to him. This was normal. The driver spoke softly. "Sir, should we move now?" "Yes." The engine started again. The convoy slowly rolled forward. Rain streaked across the window as the city lights blurred. Nia sat stiffly, unsure what to say. Finally, he spoke. "What's your name?" She hesitated. "Nia." He nodded. "I'm June." She blinked. That sounded ordinary. Too ordinary. "You don't look convinced," he said. She swallowed. "I just expected something more dramatic." He almost smiled. "People like me prefer simple names." That confirmed it. People like me. Her heart raced again. They drove in silence for a minute. Then he asked quietly, "Why was he laughing at you?" She knew he meant Marcus. Her chest tightened. "It doesn't matter." "It does." She stared at the rain. And he thinks I failed. And did you? She shook her head. No, but I didn't succeed either. June studied her. That's not failure. She gave a faint smile. You don't know my life. No, he said calmly. But I know humiliation when I see it. That surprised her. She glanced at him. You been humiliated? He didn't answer immediately. Then he said, once. His voice turned colder. And it didn't end well. For them. A chill ran down her spine. She believed him. After a few minutes, the car slowed. Nia looked outside. This wasn't the train station. It wasn't even near her apartment. It was the restaurant. Her restaurant. Her stomach tightened. Why are we here? June didn't answer. Instead, he checked his phone. A message appeared. He read it, then looked outside. Marcus was still there, standing near the entrance, laughing with two co-workers. Nia's eyes widened. He's still here, June spoke softly. Driver, stop. The car halted. Nia's heart pounded. You don't need to do anything, she said quickly. Please, I don't want trouble. I know. But he didn't sound like he meant it. One of the guards approached the car. He leaned slightly toward the window. All set. Nia's stomach dropped. All set? June nodded, then looked at her. Watch. Her breath caught. Two large men stepped toward Marcus. They didn't grab him, didn't shout. They simply stood in front of him. Marcus's smile faded. They spoke quietly. Marcus frowned. Then his expression changed. Confusion, then fear. He looked toward the black sedan, directly at her. His face went pale. He hurried forward, but another guard blocked him. Marcus tried speaking, apologizing. Nia couldn't hear words, but she could see panic. The same man who laughed at her earlier was now terrified. Her chest tightened. This is too much, she whispered. June replied calmly. He embarrassed you publicly. That doesn't mean he won't do it again. Marcus suddenly bowed slightly toward the guards. Nia froze. Marcus? Bowing? He looked toward her again. His lips moved. She could read them. I'm sorry. Her heart pounded. For the first time, she felt power shift. Not revenge, not anger, just balance. June spoke softly. Enough. The guard stepped away. Marcus remained frozen. The car pulled forward. Nia stared ahead silently, her hands trembling. You didn't hurt him, right? No. You just scared him? Yes. She exhaled slowly. Thank you. But you didn't have to. I know. Then why? He looked at her. Because I wanted to. The city grew quieter as they drove. Nia leaned back slightly. Her fear hadn't vanished, but something else replaced it. Curiosity. She glanced at him. You do this often? What? Help random people? No. Then why me? He thought for a moment. You walked into my car. She laughed softly. That's not a reason. It is for me. She shook her head. You're strange. I've been told that. Silence settled again. Then he asked, Where do you live? She hesitated, then told him. The driver adjusted direction. Nia watched the rain, then said quietly, You didn't have to give me a ride. I know. You keep saying that. Yes. Why? Because I prefer choices. She frowned. What does that mean? I chose to help you. That simple answer stayed with her. They turned into a quiet street. But suddenly, another car sped past. Too fast, too close. The guards reacted instantly. Two SUVs moved forward, blocking, protecting. Nia stiffened. That car? Don't worry, June said calmly. But she could see tension now. One guard spoke into his earpiece. Possible tail. Nia's pulse quickened. They're following you? Maybe. And you're calm? He looked at her. I've been followed before. The SUVs repositioned smoothly. Within seconds, the suspicious car disappeared. The guard spoke again. All clear. June nodded. Everything returned to normal, like nothing happened. Nia stared at him. You live like this? Every day? Yes. She shook her head. That must be exhausting. It is. For the first time, he sounded honest, not powerful, just tired. That surprised her, because behind the calm, she sensed loneliness. And the car finally stopped outside her apartment. Small building, dim lights, nothing fancy. Nia hesitated. This moment felt strange, like something important was ending. She looked at him. Thank you. For everything. He nodded slightly. You're welcome. She opened the door, then paused. Will I see you again? He leaned back. Only if you accidentally enter my car again. She smiled, then stepped out. The rain had stopped. She turned back. The car was still there, June watching quietly. Then the door shut. The convoy drove away. Nia stood still, heart beating strangely. She had just met a man surrounded by power, danger, control, and yet he had been kind. She walked inside slowly, not knowing. This wasn't the last time their worlds would collide, because inside the moving car, June spoke quietly. Keep an eye on her. The driver nodded. Yes, sir. And the night that began by accident was about to become something much bigger. Nia barely slept that night. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the same scene. Marcus bowing, black SUVs, the calm expression on June's face. It didn't feel real. Men like him didn't exist in her world. Yet somehow, he had stepped into it. Or rather, she had stepped into his. The next morning, she woke up late. Her alarm hadn't gone off because her phone died. She rushed to get ready, threw on her uniform, and hurried to the restaurant. But the moment she walked in, something felt off. The usual morning chatter was gone. Her co-workers were whispering, and her manager, Daniel, stood near the counter with crossed arms. He looked annoyed. Very annoyed. Nia, my office. Now. Her stomach dropped. She followed him. The door shut behind them. Daniel sighed dramatically. We received a complaint. Her heart sank. From who? He leaned back. Marcus. Her jaw tightened. What did he say? That you threatened him. Her eyes widened. What? I didn't. He said you used connections to intimidate him. Nia felt anger rise. I didn't threaten anyone. I didn't even speak to him. Daniel shrugged. Well, he seemed pretty shaken. She clenched her fists. So you're just going to believe him? He didn't hesitate. Yes. Her chest tightened. Why? Because he's an important client. There it was. Money, status, always the same. Daniel slid a paper across the desk. We're letting you go. Her heart dropped. What? Effective immediately. She stared at the paper. You're firing me. Because he was scared? Daniel nodded. We can't have drama here. Her voice trembled. I've worked here 2 years, and we appreciate that. But clients matter more. The words hit harder than she expected. Clients matter more. She laughed softly, not because it was funny, because she wasn't surprised. She signed the paper, stood up, and walked out. No one stopped her. No one spoke. She removed her apron, placed it on the counter, and left. Just like that. She was unemployed. The sky was cloudy again. Nia stood on the sidewalk, holding her small bag. No job, no savings, no plan. Her eyes burned, but she refused to cry. Not again. She started walking. She didn't know where, just walking. That's when a black car pulled beside her. Her heart skipped. The window rolled down. The same driver. "Miss Nia!" Her breath caught. The rear door opened, and he stepped out. June, wearing a charcoal coat, hands in pockets. Calm as always. "You look upset," she laughed weakly. "I got fired." He didn't look surprised. "I know." Her eyes widened. "You... No. Yes." That realization hit her. "You're the reason, aren't you?" His expression didn't change. "I didn't ask them to fire you. But Marcus complained because of last night." "Yes," she sighed. "This is exactly why I didn't want you to interfere." He nodded. "I understand." "Do you?" "Yes." Silence. Then he asked, "Do you need a job?" She blinked. "What?" "I asked a question." She shook her head. "I don't want charity." "It's not charity." "Then what is it?" "A position." Her guard went up. "What kind of position?" "Working for me." Her heart raced. "Working for him?" "I don't know anything about..." "Whatever you do." "You don't need to." That didn't make her feel better. I'm not joining a mafia." He almost smiled. "You wouldn't." "Then what would I do?" "Office work." She hesitated. "You're serious?" "Yes." "Why me?" He answered simply. "Because I trust you." That stunned her. "You barely know me." "Yes." "Then how... You didn't change when you thought I was nobody." She went quiet. That was true. Still. "I need time to think." He nodded. "Of course." He handed her a card. No name. Just a number. "Call me if you decide." She took it. Their fingers briefly touched. Her heart skipped. He stepped back. The car door opened. He sat inside. The convoy drove away. Nia stood there, holding the card. Her life had just taken another unexpected turn, and she didn't know. Saying yes would change everything. She sat in her apartment, the card on the table. She stared at it. Working for him meant stepping into his world. Danger, power, unknown territory. But she had no job, no savings. And somehow, she trusted him. She picked up her phone, dialed. It rang once. He answered. "Yes." Her heart raced. "I'll take the job." Silence. Then, "Good." And just like that, Nia stepped into the Korean Mafia boss's world. The next morning, a black car was already waiting outside Nia's apartment. She stared at it through her window. Her heart beat faster. There was no turning back now. She grabbed her bag and walked downstairs. The driver opened the door respectfully. "Good morning, Miss Nia." She nodded nervously and got in. The interior looked exactly like before. Soft leather, calm lighting, silence that felt expensive. But this time, she wasn't there by accident. This time, she chose to enter. And the car drove through downtown, then past areas she had never visited before. Tall buildings, private roads, security checkpoints. Finally, they stopped in front of a glass tower. No sign, no company name, just reflective black windows. Her stomach tightened. "This is where you work?" The driver nodded. "Yes." She stepped out. Two men opened the entrance doors instantly. Inside, everything was quiet. Minimalist, elegant, powerful. Employees moved calmly. No noise, no chaos, just controlled efficiency. Everyone seemed serious, focused, respectful. And when they saw her, they subtly straightened. She noticed. They knew who she was. Or at least, they knew she mattered. Then she saw him. June walked toward her from the hallway. Dark suit, no tie, calm eyes, like always. "You came," she nodded. "I said I would." He gestured slightly. "I'd come." They walked through the office together. People lowered their heads slightly as he passed. Not exaggerated, just subtle respect. Nia noticed everything. "Everyone here knows you." "Yes." "And they're scared of you. No, she raised an eyebrow. They respect me. That answer felt more accurate. They entered a private office, floor-to-ceiling windows, city view, minimal furniture, everything precise. This will be your workspace, he said, a desk beside his. Her eyes widened. You want me here? Yes. That's close. Yes. She sat slowly, her hands slightly nervous. What exactly do I do? Assist me. With everything. That sounded vague, but before she could ask more, the door opened. A man rushed in. Sir, the Han group meeting is ready. Nia noticed his tone. Serious. Urgent. June nodded. Bring them in. The man paused, glancing at Nia. June noticed. She stays. The man nodded immediately. Yes, sir. That small moment changed everything. She stays. She was now part of his inner circle. The door opened again. 3 men entered. Older, expensive suits, sharp eyes. They looked powerful, until they saw June. Then, their posture softened. Respect. Fear. One of them spoke. Mr. Kang. Nia froze. Mr. Kang? She looked at him. June Kang. That was his full name. The man continued. We've reconsidered your offer. June sat calmly. And? We accept. Nia watched quietly. Something big was happening. Numbers appeared. Contracts. Signatures. Millions. No. Hundreds of millions. She realized something. This wasn't just mafia. This was empire, legal businesses, investments, control, power hidden behind legitimacy. And after the meeting ended, the men left. The room went quiet. Nia looked at him. You're not just mafia. He leaned back. No. You're everything. He didn't deny it. I built multiple companies. And the other side? He met her eyes. Protects them. She understood. Business above, power below. Perfect balance. Her voice softened. How powerful are you? Really? He didn't answer directly. Instead, the door opened again. The same assistant. Sir, Marcus Carter is here. Nia stiffened. What? Her heart started racing. Marcus? Here? Why? June glanced at her. You want him sent away? She hesitated, then slowly shook her head. No. June nodded. Send him in. The door opened. Marcus walked in, and the moment he saw Nia, his face went pale. He looked worse than before. Nervous, sweating, eyes filled with fear. Then he saw June, and then his body stiffened. He lowered his head slightly. Mr. Kang. Nia's breath caught. Marcus knew him. Of course he did. June spoke calmly. You wanted to discuss a partnership. Marcus nodded quickly. Yes. Yes, sir. His eyes briefly moved to Nia, then back. June leaned back. She works for me now. Marcus looked like he'd been struck. What? Nia stayed silent. Marcus swallowed hard. I didn't know. June's voice turned colder. You should have treated her better, even when she didn't. Marcus's voice shook. I'm sorry. I truly am. Silence filled the room. June looked at Nia. Your decision. Her heart pounded. This was it. Power. Control. She could destroy him. She remembered the humiliation, the laughter, the dollar bill, the firing. Her chest tightened. Marcus spoke again. I lost the contract, the restaurant, everything, please. Nia blinked. You lost everything? He nodded. After last night, investors pulled out, He stopped, too ashamed. She realized something. June had already taken revenge, quietly, completely, without violence, just power. She looked at June. You did this? I corrected imbalance. She exhaled slowly, then looked at Marcus. For the first time, she didn't feel anger, just closure. You can leave. Marcus looked shocked. You're not gonna... No. Her voice was calm. I don't need revenge. He nodded repeatedly. Thank you. Thank you. He left quickly. The door shut. Silence. June studied her. You're kinder than I expected. She smiled softly. I just don't want to become like him. He nodded, respect visible in his eyes. Then he spoke quietly. You surprised me again, she laughed. You keep saying that? Yes. They sat in silence, city stretching beyond the glass. Finally, she asked, Why did you really let me stay? He answered honestly. Because when you sat in my car, you looked lost. And now? You don't. Her heart warmed. She looked at him. And you? He tilted his head. What about me? You don't look lonely anymore. For the first time, June smiled. Not small, not subtle, real. And in that quiet office, the woman who accidentally entered the Korean Mafia boss's car realized something. She didn't just change her life, she changed his too. And sometimes, the biggest stories don't start with power. They start with a mistake.